Back in 2018, Google released the original Google Home Hub, and that was their first take at putting a display on a smart speaker. Then in 2019, they released the Nest Hub Max, which was the same thing, but a bigger screen, a 10-inch display. Bigger speaker, better sound quality, faster processor, just overall more capable. And since then, we basically use those as our entire home hub. We would ask it to set timers, how long to get to destinations, turn on and off lights. But maybe most of all, we used it just as an actual digital photo display on our shelf in our living room. But fast forward to 2026, and AI has been changing just about everything in our lives as far as technology goes. So I switched to using Home Assistant because prior to all this AI stuff, I didn't feel like setting it up. And not only that, I no longer find myself asking these Google devices all these knowledge-based questions anymore. We have ChatGPT, we have Claude available. Now I know what you're gonna say, and yes, Google did roll out Google Gemini to all of these smart home devices back in early 2026, but honestly, it's just been so bad. It's been unreliable. Things seem to take way longer. Half the time it doesn't even work. It just says it can't give me that information. When answering a question, it no longer shows relevant images or maps or links. It literally just is a wall of text that it's speaking to me. And even for all the knowledge-based questions, because Gemini is so far behind all these other models, I find myself just double checking the answers with these other models anyway. So I don't even ask it anymore because what's the point? I'd rather just ask one of the other ones that I trust better. So with all of that said, this Nest Hub Max that we used to use for everything in the house has basically just turned into a giant timer. Oh, by the way, let's take a break real quick because we got merch now, baby. Let's check that out. It's available now, any color you want. I went with camo because camo's cool. But yeah, we got hats. So back to the video. Now I used to have it in the living room because that was the natural place to put it, where it's displaying photos, it blends in with the decorations, and naturally that's where we would spend most of our time, so we would need to call upon it the most in that area. So now that knowing this is basically just a giant timer, and we're not using it for anything else, I started to think about, okay, what else can we do here? Maybe it's time to make some changes. Let's move this thing, let's try to do something else in the living room. And that's what led me down this rabbit hole that I'm going to share with you today. So let's just put all that aside for a little bit. We moved the Nest Hub Max to the kitchen. Now we have a giant timer that shows photos in the kitchen, which is cool, I guess. So what was going to go back in that spot in the living room? For a very long time now, I've had a MacBook Pro, I've had an iPad Pro, and I've had an iPhone. I use the MacBook all the time for anything for productivity. I use the iPhone, obviously, all the time because it's always with me. But I've struggled to find a use case for the iPad Pro. I've had it for years now, and no matter what, I've just found myself doing production work on the MacBook or convenient stuff on my iPhone. There was just never really a good use case that I found for the iPad. And then the light bulb started going off. Okay, well, it's basically a display. It is a display. Obviously, it's a very good display. Why don't I try to figure out how to use this where the Google Home was? Then I could put a slideshow of photos on the iPad Pro. I can get a dock that charges it, so it's always charged, it's always there, it's always on, it's showing the photos just like the Google Home was. So things started to click and I was like, all right, maybe this is something we can do. And the other thing about the timing of all this that seems to work out pretty well is that with all the exciting developments with ChatGPT, and the Codex app being able to be used remotely from my devices, my phone, or in this case, my iPad is kind of what I'm getting at. I can remote in, so I can control my computer, control Codex on my computer with my iPad. Not only that, with the new GPT Live or real-time voice, whatever they call it, I don't even know anymore. It's got a bunch of names. You can communicate it through conversation, so you don't even need to necessarily type on your iPad or click the dictate button. Mostly what I found myself doing lately is just having my MacBook Pro open, sitting on the coffee table, open to Codex Live voice mode, and then I just walk around the living room, do whatever I need to do, talk to it, direct it to do tasks, and I'm not actually physically using my MacBook. I'm able to just talk to it. Kind of where the gears are turning is, okay, well, what if we just banish the MacBook to the basement, which is actually right here. I'm in the basement now. And then I can use the iPad Pro that's docked, always on, always charged, always in the living room. And I can use that to just turn on a ChatGPT or a Codex voice, do the exact same thing I'm currently doing with my MacBook, but then I don't have to come down to the basement and grab it. The iPad's always there. So everything just started to flow, and I was like, hell yeah, this I think could actually work better than whatever setup I was using before. So this led me to the next step of the process, which was, okay, Nest Hub Max got moved to the kitchen. iPad Pro was gonna be in the living room, but I needed to be docked and charged all the time and available. Problem is, there's not a lot of good third-party charging docks, but there does seem to be one brand that I was able to find that claims to be officially supported. I don't know if that's legit or not, but it's the brand called Kuxiu. It's like $100 dock, plug in a USB cable in the back. It's got the 3 little magic prongs on it. Great, solid, good looking dock, raise, lower, tilt, twist, all the stuff, and it charges it. Great. Problem is, charging basically doesn't work. I was really only able to get it to work like every single time I would put the iPad back on, it wouldn't charge until I unplug and then plug back in the USB-C. Pain in the ass, definitely isn't a good long-term solution. So it looks good, but it doesn't really function. So I'm still in the market for like the perfect dock. But in the meantime, I also remembered I have my Magic Keyboard that I bought back when I bought the iPad, and it's just been sitting in the closet somewhere. That's like a $200 keyboard. I don't know what it goes for now, but it's like a $200 keyboard. But it basically is a charging dock. So I basically figured, all right, well, I'll use this. I saved $100 on the crappy dock that doesn't charge it. I'm now using the device that I paid like $200 for. Sure, it's obviously not ideal that there's now a keyboard on my shelf for everybody to look at. But for me, at least, the good thing is the cabinet is white, the keyboard is white, it's kind of tucked away, it's got shelves around it, some built-in cabinets. So it's not screaming at me like, hey, look at me, I'm a keyboard. So we'll stick with it for now. So now we got Nest Hub Max in the kitchen, iPad Pro in the cabinet in the living room. It's got a dock, kind of Magic Keyboard, close enough. The last step of the puzzle to get it to basically be the same Google Home appearance that I was getting before was this photo slideshow. I tried a couple different things. I tried the Apple Photos, just like native slideshow, but that is literally just a slideshow. It doesn't look great as like a digital photo frame, and it's not meant to be, so I wouldn't really expect it to be. Tried the same thing with Google Photos, same thing. It's not like a digital photo frame experience that I was kind of looking for. So then I looked at some third-party versions, and I don't know if you're anything like me, but with the way that AI technology is nowadays, I've been trying to just build my apps for a solution rather than subscribe or pay for something. It doesn't work all the time. Obviously, some things are definitely worth paying for, but I figured something as simple as a slideshow app is not something worth paying for. So I decided to try to just build my own. I told Codex or ChatGPT, just build me a slideshow app for my iPad, take all the best features from all the slideshow apps that are available on the App Store and combine it into one free version for me. And then in about 3 hours later, after doing some back and forth, we got an actually pretty dang good slideshow app that does exactly what I wanted to. It looks how I wanted to. It's very customizable. It links to Apple Photos. And the thing with it is, if you're coming from a Google Home like me, Google Home can only display Google Photos. So we had a shared album, my wife and I, that we would all just dump our photos into this shared Google photo album. Problem is, Google Photos doesn't let you directly link albums like that to third-party apps, especially non-Google apps. It does connect, it does sync, there's a connection there, but you have to actually search for the album, and then you can click on it, select all the photos, and what it does is it downloads a copy of them, which isn't ideal. It takes up space, but at least it gets all the images that were in that album into its own little folder within this app that we created, or ChatGPT and I created, and it works. It's not ideal. It's not the ideal situation. Functionally, it works great. So for the sake of having a name for the app, it's called Canvas. Thank you to ChatGPT for that suggestion. I will put it on the App Store for anybody that wants to use it. And then I'm also just going to make it open source, so you guys can either download the one that I made or just download the source code, make your own, have fun with it, sell it for $1,000, who knows. And hey, if I want to use a keyboard, it makes it pretty easy to just unplug it, grab the Magic Keyboard with the iPad, go sit on the couch, do some work, just like making this video. All right, y'all, catch you in the next one. Peace.